Welcome to the Transverse Line, where we make contact with people on and off the court through Victoria's premier netball competition. My name's Angela Banbury. Thanks so much for joining us. As you can see, I've got some new merch. It's the Transverse Line. A shout out to my mate Trav, who put it in the post for me, a couple of t-shirts and hoodies. So I'm all nice and branded for the Transverse Line. So let's see who we can grab here today at the State Netball Centre. Might be a coach, player, umpire, bench official, team manager, whoever it is, to have a chat about their netball journey. So sit back, relax, and let's talk a little bit of netball on the Transverse Line. Okay. Welcome back to the Transverse Line. I'm joined by City West Falcons Chelsea Amanasani. I got that right, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Yes!
Thank you.
Commentators curse sometimes, but I got that one right. Chels, poster girl for the City West Falcons.
I know. First year poster girl, which is exciting.
Love it. Tell us a bit about that day. What happened?
Yeah, so obviously 2 players selected to come and be social media for Falcons. So myself and Maddie came here, took a few shots, a few photos, and all of a sudden I'm on the poster. City West Falcons.
That's it. Gets around, goes to home games here when you walk in the stadium. Love it. Okay, so City West Falcons, we know that they are the Red Army. They are a rolling beast of amazing netball. Tell us what it's like being in the inner sanctum of City West Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's only my 3rd year at the club, so look, it's pretty special to be at this club. I mean, you don't know what it's like until you're involved in the club, and look, I love being in this club. I love the culture we have. You know, our main goal is to win, and that's all Falcons can produce, especially at the champ level. So that's all that's at the top for us, is winning every game and just pushing through to finals.
Absolutely love it. Why wouldn't you want to win?
Absolutely.
Should be the goal. Now, the coaching panel. Talk us through the coaching panel.
Yeah, so obviously we've got Marglin, Toddy and Alexia, and Alexia's actually my mum.
Yes.
Which is quite an interesting dynamic. I've had my mum in the past, but look, it's interesting. Look, to be coached by Marg and Toddy, it's next level coaching, what they come up with at training, the drills, what we can implement week in, week out, versus other teams. You know, we worry so much about what the other teams are doing, but we also focus on ourselves as well. Yeah.
So this always happens. It's a regular occurrence that we just get people walking on through. I love it. You never know who's going to turn up to the netball. Let's go. Okay, so did your mum get stuck into you? Is there a car ride home?
Sometimes there's a car ride home. Yeah. I will admit that. And then Dad gets involved as well, which is, you know, always fun. Yep,
netball dads, we love them.
But once we're on the court, sidelines, you know, it's all serious, full game going. You know, we want to win, and that's all we come here to do, and produce good netball, and that's what Falcons are about.
Love it. So you're a mid-quarter, centre, wing defence most of the time?
Centre, wing defence, wing attack. Been rotating through the all 3 this year. Unfortunately, we had a big injury. Solly, unfortunately, did a full ACL, so full knee, so she's out for this season. So covering all 3 this year, which is exciting. Learning wing defence is also really good for me, and it's just opened up the court a bit more for myself.
Nice one. Now, I know a little bit about your pathway, and I know that because I may have coached you. But talk us through, what's the journey been to actually make it to a champ division, which is no mean feat. Like, not many players get to that level.
No, absolutely.
To get to that level. Where did it all start?
All started out at Doncaster. Doncaster Districts was my rep growing up. So I was playing there. Then obviously, as I got older, I trialled out for VNL. As I was younger, I didn't really make under 19s at the time. So I was stuck back at the development level for a few years. That's where I met Ange at Burundara. Yep. So I was actually in development for a long time, which was a great opportunity, great learning curve as I was younger. And then I made my way over to Aerials, still was in development at that time, and then finally got an opportunity for 19 and under, and then moved up to Division 1. Yep. Obviously Aerials folded, so I took the opportunity to go to another club, trialled at Falcons, was lucky at the time to be selected, and here I am, still at Falcons.
No looking back?
No looking back.
Love it. Great story, great story. So persistence pays off, that's the thing, you know, couldn't quite get there, went back to development. Yep. Applied your trade and away you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, love those kind of stories. Where else do you play netball?
I also play for the Daylesford Football Netball Club.
Shout out. Bulldogs?
Of the Doggies, second year at the club. Actually, no, it's my 3rd year. Last year we were lucky enough to win the premiership, which was the best feeling for the club because the senior footy actually won the premiership as well.
Oh, happy days.
It's a big year. So we're going back to back for the netball and senior at Daylesford.
Love it. Go up the Dogs.
Go Doggies.
Tonight, Who are you facing tonight?
We've got Waves tonight.
Okay.
We have a few sick,
Yep.
a few injured as well, so a little less light on, but that's okay. We're up for the challenge.
Yep.
You know, Waves have had a good win at
Yep.
the last couple of weeks, so whatever they bring, we'll just come back at them.
Yep, and play with what's on the court and who's on the court.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we wish you all the very best. We're going to keep an eye out for, of course, the Falcons. They're top of the ladder. They've won all their games, but you never know what can happen.
Never know what can happen.
And of course, shout out to the Bulldogs. We'll keep an eye on the Dalesford Bulldogs.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure joining us. A little thank you gift from our sponsor, Energetic.
Amazing. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Charles.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Transverse Line. I am joined by Noel Helton from Northeast Blaze. Welcome, Noel.
Thank you.
Now, Noel, you're a part of, say, the coaching group, or you get mentored as a part of Northeast Blaze's 23s.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about what goes on there.
So basically week-to-week training and sitting with the guys on the bench every week and just getting amongst the girls, the playing group. And yeah, this is my third year.
Amazing.
So yeah, it's been really, really good and yeah, been loving it.
Absolutely fantastic. Now, it's your third year of travelling from where, Noel?
From Rutherglen up in northeast Victoria.
Absolutely blows my mind. So give us a rundown of what a Wednesday involves for you.
So Wednesday would be getting an early mark from work, especially if we've got an early game, a
Yes.
7 o'clocker. Yeah, get in the car, drive down 3 hours, have match play.
Yep.
Sometimes it could be a late game, which they're the nightmare games.
Yes.
But yeah, 3 hours down, play netball or watch netball,
Yep.
and then drive home that night.
What was it like before? So you would have been here before the change of VNL to the two divisions. So imagine the third division could have finished at 11 o'clock at night.
Yep.
And then a 3-hour drive home.
Yeah, I was lucky enough back then to travel with other people. So
Okay, yep.
Grace Hay and her mum usually we carpool, and I did a bit of travel with Sophie Hanrahan as well.
Yes,
So,
yep. So obviously with City West Falcons.
Yep. So it's always good when you got some companionship in the car.
Yep.
But yeah, those late nights were a killer. Like
Yep.
some nights I would get home roughly 2 o'clock in the morning.
Amazing.
Get back up at 4:45 to go to work on day shift, and yeah.
That's dedication to the game of netball, that's for sure.
Yeah. Back then I wasn't involved with club netball either,
Yep.
so Thursday night I could just go home and relax. But now it's a little bit harder because got to front up the training on a Thursday night, and it's
Okay.
by
So where's the club netball?
Wodonga Bulldogs.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
And what league are they in?
They're in the Ovens and Murray.
So a good standard of netball?
Yeah,
and football?
yeah. We've got a really promising young group up there this year, but we've actually got a young girl by the name of Molly Moyland that played in the 17 state team this year for Victoria. So
Nice
she's
one.
one of our up-and-comers along with others. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's really exciting.
Hayley Vanderboom, she just told me before that she discovered you as a coach. That would have been in the Assoc Champs kind of days and TID.
Yep.
Talk us through your netball journey. How have you ended up here on a Wednesday night?
Basically, it goes a long way back. I actually came down to Melbourne years ago to do, I forget how many years ago it was now, but to do my development course out of Burundara.
Nice
And I
one.
actually met Sarah Hogan. She was doing her development.
Handy person to
the
meet.
same- Yeah, the same course. And yeah, and I don't know how or why, we just sort of kept crossing paths over the time. And I sort of went on my netball journey with Talent Academy, association netball up home. And then after a while, I got back in contact with Sarah for some reason. And yeah, she invited me down to just come down and watch a few training sessions and that. And then I got involved that way. So it was just a slow progression. But yeah, the people at Blaze make me feel really welcome, as they probably do at every club. But
Yep.
yeah, this the old cliche, they're like my second family now down
Of
here.
course,
And
why wouldn't they be when you spend so much time?
yeah, and they're just really welcoming, and yeah, they've just welcomed me into the group, and it's been fantastic.
Fantastic. Of course, we've had Sarah Hogan on the Transverse Line a couple of weeks ago. All right, so there's obviously Saturday netball and, of course, VNL and training nights. You've got to come down as well.
Sunday night,
Sunday
yeah,
night.
so it's pretty good this year. We actually train at 5 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock, and I know it sounds silly, but that 1 hour's difference
could
on the
imagine.
way home is really handy. So, yeah, train for 2 hours on a Sunday, drive home roughly, I leave here at 7 o'clock and get home around about 11, and and then the week starts.
No kangaroos or anything like that, have we?
No, I've been lucky enough so far.
Good,
you
good.
might jinx me now,
I
Ange.
hope not. No, let's not. Okay, so there's also some other netball that you have been involved in and that you still are, and of course that's with Netball Victoria, and first of all it was the Murray Little Shield team.
Yeah.
So for girls aged 16 and above with an intellectual disability, and you were an assistant coach and a gold medalist.
Yeah, the first year we were involved, we went up to Sydney and got silver that year, and then the year after we had it down here in Melbourne and out at Waverley, and that's where we got gold, and then we went back to Brisbane the year after and got silver again. So it was like, yes, we were successful, but apart from that, just it's probably one of the biggest thrills I've ever had with netball, being involved with that. It's it was just really, really satisfying to work with the playing group and the other coaches, and it was just, I've loved it, and I'll take that away with me for the rest of my life. It was just such a great thrill. But after 3 years, and I had a lot of other stuff going on at the time, so I thought, something's got to give.
Yes.
So I think it was time for the girls to have fresh face, maybe within the coaching group, but it was fantastic.
Yeah, and of course Naomi Lenosia as head coach and Tanya Gamble have done a plethora of work in that space, and obviously reward for all the effort there. But as you've just said, like it's a special sort of group, and obviously the reward of winning a gold medal and a couple of silvers. But put that aside, just their development must be amazing. Yep,
the way they develop, and taking on new skills and that, and just you see, and we've had some young ones come through, like young Darcy Delahunty. She's one of them. She came through as a 16-year-old, and just the 3 years involved with her. I think the first year she was a training partner, she couldn't come away with us, but her development over those 3 years is amazing, and it was really, really pleasing from a coaching point of view to see those girls develop, and to win that gold medal, it was just a real big reward for a lot of effort, behind the scenes, and they did really well.
We always like beating New South Wales.
Yeah, that's it. There is that rivalry there, but they got us the year before, and then they got us the year after. But anyway, it'll go on, I think, forever. But,
100% it will.
But it was really, really pleasing.
Yeah, and of course they put those skills into other parts of their life as well. So they develop through netball, but you can see the transformation of them just as a person by what netball allows them to become.
Yeah, that's it. So, it was really, really nice. So.
And of course, then there's another program that you're involved in. And of course, this week is National Reconciliation Week, which is perfect that we've got you on the Transverse Line, because you are also involved in the state First Nations team.
I had the pleasure of coaching the under-23s First Nations team, the inaugural national competition, and
which was held here.
Yeah, it was held here, and it was a fantastic initiative from Netball Australia, and I was really flattered and sort of overwhelmed, really, with getting a position. But it was really good to get the playing group together and represent Victoria, as my first gig as a head coach, I suppose. And we went out and we made finals. We didn't pick up a medal, but first year, a lot of development in that space to go on with.
And a lot of other states they've had programs set up already in that First Nations space. So Netball Vic, a little late to the party in terms of setting up the program, but jumped right in. Caitlin Pyle did a fantastic job to get it all, together.
She was fantastic.
And then of course to host it through Netball Australia here, it must have been a real thrill.
Yeah, it was, and it was good to be in Victoria for the first one ever, and we had the smoking ceremony out there, and everyone got amongst it, and it was just a really, really great weekend.
So hopefully Netball Australia will announce it soon where it's going to be this year, and fingers crossed that the Victorian team will be back in there. Hopefully you're on the gig again.
Yeah, hopefully. I think after last year's tournament, obviously got a lot more exposure now, so hopefully there'll be more girls nominate to trial, and it'll just get bigger and better as time goes on.
Fantastic. Noel, it is an absolute pleasure to have you on the Transverse Line. I know you listen to these on that long drive home.
I do.
So hopefully we've made it long enough for you, that a little bit of driving listening pleasure for you, but here's a little gift from our sponsor Energetic, and
No worries.
a massive thank you for joining us here, and good luck for the rest of the season and all that you give to netball. It is absolutely fantastic.
Beautiful. Thanks, Ange.
Thanks, Noel.
Thanks.
Thanks to DHM Talent Management, we'll whip through the scores of round 11 of the VNL, and it started back on Sunday with a home game for the Casey Demons and the Gippsland Stars. In the Championship Division, Casey Demons too good for the Stars, 67-42. At the State Netball Centre, Hawks Netball defeated North East Blaze 58-54. City West Falcons remain undefeated against Peninsula Waves 75-51. A close one, Western Warriors up by 3 goals, 60 to Geelong Cougars 57. Wilson Storage Southern Saints 49 going down to Burundara Express 63. And Bendigo Strikers 10-goal winners over Melbourne University Lightning 45. In the 23 and under division, Casey Demons defeated Gippsland Stars back on Sunday 63-37. At the State Netball Centre, Hawks Netball not good enough for the undefeated North East Blaze 47-63. City West Falcons get another win over the Peninsula Waves 59-48. Western Warriors went down to Geelong Cougars 49-63. It was a 53 draw, Wilson Storage Southern Saints and Burundara Express. And Bendigo Strikers not quite good enough for the Melbourne University Lightning, going down by 3 goals, 56-59. Of course, those scores are brought to you by DHM Talent Management. That wraps up another episode of the Transverse Line. Thanks so much for joining us. Of course, a big shout out to our 2 sponsors, both DHM Talent Management and Energetic, and to our 2 guests, both Chelsea Amanasani from the City West Falcons and Noel Helton from North East Blaze. And of course, another shout out to my mate Trav for producing the goods and getting me these awesome hoodies with the Transverse Line. So, wherever you're going to enjoy your netball across the weekend or throughout the week, I hope you have a little bit of fun through netball.